Welcome back to another episode of our official United Kingdom road sign series. Our goal is to simplify the learning of all UK road signs and make them easy to understand. Today we will learn about information road signs. Information road signs are generally rectangular or square and color-coded, designed to provide essential information to road users. They convey details, offer guidance on directions, and inform about nearby facilities or potential hazards. Entrance to controlled parking zone. A controlled parking zone is an area where the council has introduced restrictions on parking on Mondays to Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. These restrictions only apply to public roads. This road sign is crucial for managing traffic and ensuring that only residents or authorized vehicles can access the controlled parking zone during specific time frames. The goal is to reduce congestion and prioritize parking for local residents or other permitted users. End of controlled parking zone. It means you're leaving an area where parking is restricted or controlled. This sign helps drivers know they can park freely again, as the controlled parking rules no longer apply. It prevents confusion and ensures people don't unintentionally break parking regulations. No through road for vehicular traffic in direction indicated from junction ahead. This sign indicates there is a no-through road for vehicular traffic approaching. The direction of the no-through road is indicated in this symbol as coming up on the left. Hospital ahead with accident and emergency facilities. Informs drivers that a hospital is approaching, and it has accident and emergency, A&E, facilities. However, it specifies that the A&E services are not available 24 hours a day. This sign is meant to provide important information to drivers, particularly in emergency situations. Entrance to congestion charging zone. The sign tells you if you are about to enter an area where you might have to pay a fee for driving in this area from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. This helps you decide if you want to go that way or choose a less crowded route. Congestion charges refer to money motorists must pay in order to drive in some city centres. Congestion charges are intended to reduce traffic within those areas, to encourage people to use public transport or choose greener ways to travel. Countdown markers at exit from motorway. Before you get to an exit on a motorway, there are markers to count you down to it. 3 white stripes on a blue background indicate that you are 300 yards, about 275 meters, away from the junction. 2 stripes mean you're 200 yards from it, and 1 stripe is your 100-yard warning. Advice is, you should start signaling your intention to leave the motorway when level with the 3-stripe sign, and should at this point already be in the left-hand lane. Countdown markers for use on national roads. These markers are typically used to indicate the distance to a specific destination, such as a junction, roundabout, or exit, and provide drivers with a visual countdown as they approach the designated point. The countdown markers help drivers to anticipate upcoming changes in the road layout or prepare for maneuvers, such as lane changes or exits. Countdown marker to level crossing. When you see countdown markers with a white background and red distance marker stripes, then you should be prepared to stop as they indicate you are approaching a concealed level crossing. Lane designated for use by high occupancy vehicles. This UK information road sign indicates a lane specifically reserved for high-occupancy vehicles, HOV, with 2 or more occupants. The designated lane is only applicable during specific time periods, specifically Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Outside of these hours, the lane is open to all vehicles. Variable speed limit with camera enforcement sign. In the UK, at the variable speed limit with camera enforcement, sign typically indicates a section of road where the speed limit can change dynamically based on traffic conditions, weather, or other factors. This sign is often used on motorways or high-speed roads where traffic flow management is crucial for safety and efficiency. Tourist information point. The tourist information point road sign in the UK indicates the location of a facility or area where tourists can obtain information about local attractions, services, and accommodations. These points typically provide maps, brochures, and other materials to help tourists navigate and make the most of their visit to the area. The sign helps drivers identify nearby places where they can seek assistance and information to enhance their tourist experience. No-through road on the left. This is a sign that indicates that there is a no-through road for vehicular traffic approaching. The direction of the no-through road is indicated in this symbol as coming up on the left. Dual carriageway 2 miles ahead. To inform drivers that they will encounter a dual carriageway, a road with a central reservation or divider, in approximately 2 miles. This sign is crucial for drivers to prepare for the upcoming road conditions, adjust their speed, and be aware of the change in the road layout to ensure safe navigation. Home zone entry. A home zone entry road sign typically indicates the entrance to a residential area designed with specific traffic calming measures to prioritize pedestrians and create a safer environment for residents. Home zones, also known as residential zones or living streets, are characterized by features such as narrowed roads, speed bumps, raised crosswalks, landscaping, and designated play areas. Single-track road. A single-track road is a road that is wide enough for only one motor vehicle. A single-track road or one-lane road is a road that permits two-way travel, but is not wide enough in most places to allow vehicles to pass one another. To overcome this problem, many single-track roads, especially those officially designated as such, are provided with passing places. Passing place on a narrow road. A single-track road is a road that is wide enough for only one motor vehicle. This type of road is widespread in Great Britain. Single-track roads are usually equipped with passing places at a regular distance from each other, which allow oncoming vehicles to pass. Emergency telephone in a parking place. In the UK, emergency telephones on roads, including those in parking places, are typically part of the highways agencies or Transport for London's infrastructure. These phones are usually located on the side of the road or in parking areas and are marked with blue signs indicating their purpose. They are meant to provide a direct line to emergency services or roadside assistance in case of emergencies such as accidents, breakdowns, or medical issues. These emergency telephones are often connected directly to the local police or highway patrol dispatch centers. Direction to emergency exit for pedestrians from a tunnel. Emergency exits for pedestrians from tunnels on roads are typically marked with signs indicating the direction to the nearest exit. These signs often feature the universal green and white running man symbol to indicate an emergency exit. It's important to pay attention to these signs and follow the designated escape routes in the event of an emergency. Vehicles must stop at a census traffic point. In the UK, a census traffic point refers to a location designated by the government for conducting traffic surveys or censuses. These points are typically set up to gather data on traffic flow, vehicle types, and other relevant information for transportation planning and policymaking purposes. Ramped entrance to pedestrian overbridge. This sign typically consists of a blue circle with a white symbol inside it. The symbol usually depicts a wheelchair icon moving up an inclined surface, indicating accessibility for individuals with mobility impairments, such as those using wheelchairs or mobility aids, to access a pedestrian overbridge via a ramp. Ramped entrance to pedestrian subway. This sign would typically be used to inform pedestrians that there is a sloped or ramped access point leading down to an underground pedestrian walkway or subway. These signs are used to provide information to pedestrians about the accessibility features of the pedestrian infrastructure in a particular area. Direction to a vehicle checkpoint. A sign used to direct to a vehicle checkpoint could also be a triangular sign with a red border and white background, featuring an icon representing a checkpoint or inspection point. Vehicle emissions checkpoint ahead. The sign indicates there is a vehicle emissions checkpoint ahead. This means that there may be authorities or personnel checking vehicles for their emissions levels to ensure they comply with environmental regulations. Vehicles emitting excessive pollutants may be subject to fines or other enforcement actions. These checkpoints are often set up as part of efforts to reduce air pollution and improve air quality in the area. Vehicle excise license checkpoint ahead. It indicates that there is a vehicle excise license, often referred to as vehicle tax or road tax, checkpoint ahead. This means that drivers should be prepared to show proof that they have paid the required tax for their vehicle. These checkpoints are set up by authorities to ensure compliance with vehicle tax regulations. Vehicle and Operator Services Agency checkpoint ahead. Dvsa, now known as the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency, Dvsa, is responsible for maintaining the roadworthiness standards of vehicles, ensuring the compliance of operators, and improving road safety in the UK. Checkpoints are set up by Dvsa to inspect vehicles for compliance with regulations such as vehicle safety. Camping and caravan site 300 yards ahead. Picnic area 150 yards ahead. Nature reserve. Cycle hire. Golf course. Sports centre. Beach. This sign shows the tourist symbol for a beach in England and Wales. Castle of historic or architectural interest. When you see this road sign indicating a castle of historic or architectural interest, it means that there is a castle nearby that is recognized for its historical significance or architectural design. This could include castles that have played important roles in the country's history, have unique architectural features, or are notable for their cultural heritage. Country park. The country park road sign in the UK typically indicates the presence of a designated area for recreational activities and natural scenery, often with amenities such as walking trails, picnic areas, and wildlife habitats. It directs drivers towards a nearby country park where they can enjoy outdoor activities and connect with nature. Property in the care of English heritage. This UK road sign indicates that the property along the road is under the care and management of English Heritage, an organisation responsible for preserving and maintaining historic sites and landmarks in England. It serves as a notification to drivers and pedestrians that the property is of historical or cultural significance, and is being actively preserved by the organisation. Farm park. The farm park typically indicates the direction towards a recreational facility, or attraction where visitors can engage in activities related to farming or rural life, such as petting zoos, agricultural exhibitions, or educational tours of a farm. House of historic or architectural importance. This sign indicates the presence of a house that holds significant historical or architectural value. Commonly used to protect culturally significant buildings from potential damage caused by traffic or other external factors. Site with Roman remains. Site with Roman remains typically informs drivers that there is an archaeological site nearby where Roman artifacts or structures have been discovered or are being excavated. It serves as a warning to drivers to be cautious as they approach the area, potentially implying that there may be ongoing archaeological work or historical significance to the site. Bell suspended over a road at a railway crossing. Alerts drivers to the presence of a railway crossing ahead and indicates that bells may sound when a train is approaching, or when the crossing barriers are lowering. It serves as a cautionary measure for drivers to be aware of potential train traffic and to proceed with caution when approaching the railway. Depth of water. The depth of water road sign indicates the depth of water on the road ahead. It features a depiction of waves underneath a horizontal line with numbers, representing the depth of water in meters. This sign warns drivers of potential flooding or water hazards on the road, advising them to proceed with caution or find an alternate route if the water level is too high. Parking place for solo motorcycles. With flow bus lane ahead which pedal cycles and taxis may also use. This UK road sign indicates the presence of a bus lane ahead that allows the flow of traffic in the same direction. Additionally, it signals that pedal cycles, bicycles, and taxis are permitted to use this lane as well. Start of motorway. It signifies the beginning of a motorway, which is a high-speed road designed for fast-moving traffic only, with specific regulations and rules governing its use. It marks the transition point where motorists must adhere to motorway regulations such as speed limits, lane discipline, and restrictions on certain vehicles. End of motorway. Indicates the conclusion of a motorway, transitioning into a road with different characteristics such as lower speed limits. A warning to drivers that they are leaving the controlled access and higher speed environment of the motorway and entering a different road type. Traffic on the main carriageway coming from the right has priority over joining traffic. Traffic in right-hand lane of slip road joining the main carriageway has priority over left-hand lane. Motorway service area sign showing the operator's name. Traffic has priority over oncoming vehicles. Recommended route for pedal cycles.